I've been listening to an audiobook called Communications by Thak Thin Nin. Thin Thak Nin. He's a Buddhist monk. You can look it up, like THAC, and then Google Communications or YouTube it. And it's an audiobook, and it just trying to teach everybody, even though he's a Buddhist monk, it's not religious or anything. I think he has universal appeal with his message, and it's basically in the realms of communication, how we speak to each other, and the things that we may say or we may not say, and how to stay a little bit more positive in the way we communicate, because we communicate to understand each other, to get a message across, and if you do it in a positive way, especially in conflict where you may have had a disagreement with somebody, you may have had ultimately someone wronged you, but it may have been a miscommunication. It just talks about how you should handle these things. I think a lot of times in my life I've had an issue when it comes to conflict resolution. It's either I'm going to fly off the handle, or I have to walk away from a situation because I'm going to fly off the handle. And that's not the way we want to deal with it. We don't want to be violent with our words or our actions. But ultimately what we want to do, and this is communications, this is what Thak is saying, if I'm fucking his name up, but he's basically saying, like, we can end suffering if we learned how to communicate just a little bit better. Take a couple of his tips. I don't know what we're doing in this life, but let's go. Talking shit, getting clicked, original podcast with your boy Mo 3 times. That's right, talking shit, getting clicked, and you're with your boy Mo 3 times. And right now, we are having a special me episode. Talk shit, getting clicked. Yeah. What's good, everybody? How is everyone doing? All right, so anyway, you heard me talking about mindfulness. This is something I'm about to show you that I came across the internet probably yesterday or the day before. But I see a lot of people commenting on it, and I understand their point of view, definitely. Like, when I first watched this video, as a human being, as a man, I was like, what the fuck, bro? And that's beautiful. Applause. Because I like to give you guys shit that was like, what the fuck? If you haven't seen this, or you have seen it, I don't give a flying fuck, because you're going to get something new today from me, your boy, Mo 3 times. Okay, so to preface, I hit him with that. This clip is called "Woman Goes Crazy on Her Baby Daddy for Only Bringing Food for His Kid and None of Her Other Kids." I know. Crazy already. I think we're gonna understand what's going on. But all right, let's plug in here. That's looking nuts. Let's plug back out to where I am. I can't do anything, bro. This is what the lead attorney says is struggle streaming for your ass. All right, let's go back. That looks kind of good. Let's bring this up just a little more. Bring it up just a little more. All right, and then so basically, before I do this, it's not a long video. It might be 5 minutes, but if you fuck with me, I'm gonna play it through twice, and then we can comment. I'll comment through it, but I have two different point of views on this one. Fucks with me for a second, DJ. Fucks with me. All
right. Every fucking day, my baby daddy come here with one fucking meal for my child, but I have 3 other kids. We have one kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing of McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there you go. And I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't give my food stamps to the seven.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings and they're not eating on McDonald's. No, why do I gotta put...
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
So you telling me that I gotta bring... So when I bring my son food, I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
How is that dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other... You have them other kids. They're your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's? You know I get food stamps on the 11th.
3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine.
Yeah, they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me. Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me?
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit in this bullshit. You only come here with one piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that's dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all then. He can't take that shit. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I can maybe. You got, it's 3 extra kids. What the f***? You all like going to my motherfucking account, spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with? That's the one you gonna
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
So that means
Yeah.
I take care of them.
So don't. No, I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly, but you don't never bring food for the other ones. You know I get my food stamps on the 11th. Okay, but I'm saying we share the same kid as well.
Absolutely. So if you want to, you feel like I feel away about me, take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Send him down to
room.
the car. He can bring out to the car and meet.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here. Give it here. Give it here.
You sound super.
Done. He ain't eating this. You.
Why would you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing enough for all the other kids. You stupid. Selfish as a like you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna eat that shit. Dumb.
Take care of him anyway.
Dumb. He not finna do that. If you can't do it for all, don't do it for none of them. Bye, stupid.
Ow. Oh. All right. First of all, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Because this is the shit he's talking about right here. All right, so from what I gather, this lady and this guy have a child together. Seems like they have one child, but it seems like she has 4 children. Right? Okay. So this man has one child. This lady has 4 children. one of which is this man's child. At lunchtime, this man usually brings his child something to eat. Okay. And he decides to bring his child McDonald's. For McDonald's. Like, seriously. Like, as a kid, when you get McDonald's, it's the shit. And Pops is bringing his son McDonald's. I don't see anything wrong with that. Good job, Pops. Now, the mom is trifling as fuck. I'm not going to lie. She sounds trifling. Her voice is trifling. She needs to get with the mindfulness like I'm trying to get with. You know what I mean? Or else she's going to be... Because she's a rowdy girl. She is a rowdy girl, and nobody wants to hear that.
You stupid.
She's stupid. So basically, when the video starts, she's explaining the situation. And she's saying, you know, he brings food for his kid, but not the other kids. His argument is, hey, that's my kid. I'm not the father to those other kids. Now, I am a good dude. Like, if it was, you know, just 2 of them or maybe even 3, you know, every now and then I bring them, all of them, some food. But, like, this is my son. This is my responsibility. I'm bringing them food. I see nothing wrong with that at all. She's calling him stupid. She is antagonizing him. And the message that she's trying to convey is not coming off well. It's not due to her, you know, grammatical speech errors that she's making or anything like that. I think she has issues with communication. It really seems like she has anger issues, and that may possibly be the reason why she has what seems to be 4 kids and no man around to take care of any of them, a bit, except for the one guy who wants to take care of his child. What else I got out of this conversation that they had was my boy drives a mean blue Monte Carlo. Get him, boy. No, seriously. It seems to me that those 3 other children she at least has 2 other baby fathers. Because he said those niggas. Them niggas can bring food for kids. I'm paraphrasing. Them niggas can bring food for kids. Which he's right. Like, if you got a kid, you need to take care of your kid. You know what I mean? So it's either at least she has 2 with one other and 1 with another, or she might have 1 with another, 1 with another, 1 with another, and that's Buddy, and he's number 4. She might have 4 different baby fathers. She said, when you want to help, I don't know. I want to go into that, but that seems like a personal conversation that they had that doesn't really come out on this screen. But overall, my first take of this is that, and then I'm sorry. Slap me. I forget. Give it here. And as soon as he gives her the food, she says, you're stupid. At which point, when he gives him the food, I was like, yo, nigga, you stupid. Why are you going to give that hateful ass bitch the food? You know what she's going to do. And she chucks it, which is, at least she didn't chuck it at him and get it all on his clean ass sweatsuit. You know what I mean? I'm just glad that she threw it in the street. I'm not glad that she threw the shit out at all. She should have just took it to the kids and kept it pressing. Kept it motherfucking pressing. Right? But she didn't. She acted ignorant. She acted out. And she acted very immature. And, I mean, if I was a dude on the street in that situation, I can definitely see myself, you know what I mean, being a little bit more pissed than he was. I mean, before I caught my mindfulness, this bitch might have caught a soft one across her fucking cheek. Just keep it real. You know what I mean? Just keep it real. I don't think nobody, but she's talking to him like a man. And if a dude talked to me like she was talking to him, and he can't outbench me, or he's not an MMA fighter, because I don't have those credentials yet, I can scrap, but I mean, like, we still have to fight. There's still going to be some violence going on there, right there. you know. All right, so let's go back because there's some other things that I see in here that maybe you guys might dig. All right, so to begin with, this lady is entitled. She is totally entitled, expecting her baby's father, the father of one of her 4 children, to bring food for all of those children, even though he's only the father biological to one child. And obviously they're not in any type of relationship anymore. The dude moves in, he buys food. Hey, everybody in the household eats. That's a man thing. Even my man said, and I give him credit, he's like, yo, if you had 1 or maybe even 2, I would do that. Another thing that strikes me crazy on here before we move on is her food stamps. I think everyone heard that this bitch said that she got food stamps on the 7th, and then she turned around and said 11th.
You stupid.
Bitch, I need to know when those food stamps are coming. You want to know why I need to know why those fucking food stamps are coming? Because between the 7th and the 11th is what? 4 fucking days, if we're going to do quick maths? 4 days of this guy bringing his kid Mickey D's while your other kids aren't eating? You know what I mean? She didn't say that, hey, I don't get my check, and these kids got to eat food around the house and you're giving them Mickey D's or something like that. Like, nobody in that bitch is eating. She was expecting him to feed his kids and probably fucking feed her. I saw her hands. They were a little thick. That bitch looks like she enjoys Happy Meals too, what the children saying. I gotta slap niggas, yo. Rest in peace, Kevin. Rest in peace. Because this is the shit he was talking about. Kevin Samuels would have addressed that young lady, if you will. All right, let's play through this again, because there's some other things that I caught.
Every fucking day my baby daddy come here with 1 fucking meal for my child. But I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring 1 thing of McDonald's. But what about my other kids?
All right, she just proves his case. We only have 1 kid together. I don't know, fellas. Even the ladies out there, come on, you can understand that, right? What about your other kids? Lady, what the fuck about your other kids?
You stupid.
Fuck them kids. All right, let's keep it going.
How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's?
Because you know what? McDonald's is expensive as fuck. You know what I mean? You know what a fucking value meal costs from fucking McDonald's? A quarter pounder meal ends up costing you like $12. Come on, bro. They've been making cheaper quality food over the years and the price is going up. This shit's McDonald's is America. Is America. That's another talking shit getting clicks episode, but we will compare McDonald's to America because it's worse and worse quality and more expensive. But I digress. No, he can't bring your 3 kids McDonald's every day for lunch or for the next 4 days for lunch because that's going to end up cost. And plus with the tank, because he's pushing that Monte Carlo, I know that shit gets less than maybe 22 miles per gallon. You know what I mean? He can't just be fucking hauling ass all over town, bringing McDonald's, wasting his gas in the drive-thru, waiting for all them orders stacking up. You probably want some fucking nuggets too, bitch. All right, let's keep going.
Though. Like, that's bogus as hell. Like, you're not gonna sit here and make my other kids feel left out and you're only bringing 1 child something to eat. Look, there you go. And I bet you he only got 1 thing in there.
Aha. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the crux and the bane of her existence right now. She's saying basically that when he brings McDonald's over there, all kids love McDonald's. The 3 other kids are sitting there like, God damn, this nigga's getting McDonald's and look at us. Like, we're not getting McDonald's. So when I watched this through again, once she said that, that caught on to me. That caught on to me. And I started giving benefits of the doubts. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Uncle Kevin would tell you that, and most men will let you know that look, there's some trifling bitches out there, and there's some issues with them. A lot of them out there, but a lot of times the issues that men and women have um, between each other, the most issues that most people have between each other is just a lack of communication and miscommunication. So ultimately, if she would have approached him and said, "Hey, like I really appreciate you, bringing food for our bringing food for our son and you taking care of our son so well. Your son does have siblings that he loves, just as much as he loves you, just as much as he loves me." This is her. What she should have said, like, he has siblings sitting there, and you understand how special of a treat McDonald's can be. And when these kids are sitting there and he's eating McDonald's and like, I don't get my food stamps until I don't know if it's the 7th or 11th. And this is me. This is how she should have said it. I don't know if I get them on the 7th or 11th. I'm trying to figure that out right now to feed these kids. But when you bring that for lunch every day, it kind of causes trouble. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, I understand he deserves a treat. That's your child. You know what I mean? But can you just be a little bit more mindful that when you come around here, that there are 3 other kids? And honestly, it's frustrating because I would buy McDonald's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the way my finances are, and the way my attitude is right now, I can't work in a job that gives me enough money, or actually have employment at all, I'm assuming now, that gives me enough money to pay for McDonald's for these children like that. And you know how rat ass, right there, that would have stopped probably 100% of the problem, I'm going to say. It's the way we talk to each other. She should have just been like, "Look, bro, look, I know what you're doing." And this is the flip side where I get to, like, he knows. I'm a dude, you're a dude. You know how fucking precious McDonald's is. That stinking bitch been talking shit to him. Hold on. We're going to go to the truth. That stinking bitch has most likely been talking to him filthy since before the baby was conceived. You know what I mean? And he got out of that fucking relationship. He seems like a fucking good dude. He seems smart the way he was moving and shaking, and the way he was basically just like, "Yo, like, you're right, you're stupid." She's not stupid. She just didn't communicate it well. And her emotions are getting caught up in her speech, and I have to explain for her. I'm not caping for her, but any man, Uncle Kev will tell you this if he was alive. I could get him on a Ouija board. I'm going to do that one day. We're going to live stream that, and we're going to get Kevin Samuels live from the beyond. Rest in peace. But very, very seriously, like, I don't even know. I went with the Kevin Samuels joke and just forgot what the fuck I was saying. But I'm thinking that, yeah, the way she spoke to him, like, I wouldn't want to deal with anybody who's that unpleasant. You don't want the mother of your children to be like that. You don't want anybody to be like that, especially the mother of your children. So it was kind of disheartening to see how they interacted. But I also can see him over the years dealing with that bitch and wanting to fucking wrap his hands around her throat. And I applaud him for not doing it. But if he did, like Chris Rock said, I don't condone it, but I would have understood. That joke was a couple of years ago. I might get flagged for even saying that, but this is a real honest opinion. We live in real fucking life. Like, she's antagonizing my man. She's calling him all types of names. Her tone is just fucking terrible. Especially for being in a position that she is in, where she kind of was insinuating that, hey, like, I need help, and I thought you were helping out, but you're not helping. But like I said, for the flip, let's go back. For the flip, like, I can see a situation, because this is just like a 5-minute video, but I can see over a course of years that them having negative encounters back and forth, that he's saying, "Fuck it, this broke bitch, watch me show her. I'm going to make her afternoons a living hell. Every day, I'm going to bring him McDonald's. My son that I love is going to show the fuck out and eat lovely and have fun and belch in front of his little ratty-ass brothers and sisters." Not saying that's how that man feels. But yeah, like, and then she's gonna have to deal with 3 crying kids crying over McDonald's, and somehow I got my one. She's gonna have to find a way to come up with 3 McDonald's meals. You know, I could see him being petty, and if he was doing that, and that's the case, I understand. But at the end of the day, man, it's all about those kids. I totally understand where she's coming from. I totally understand where he comes from. I mean, I'm tired of saying that. But in the conclusion, like, if it was a legal trial, he is not guilty. Not guilty. That does not mean he's not guilty of doing something petty, you know? And those are, we live by natural laws as well. So I think he was being a little petty. I think she came at him an asshole way, and I think she could have flipped that shit around on him if she would have just had a very honest conversation with him. But she didn't do that. But let's keep it going. Let us keep this stuff pushing.
I bet you he don't even.
She's already mad.
I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than.
She didn't expose him, ultimately, as you see, because she had already lost because she was already angry. And that's another thing, guys. You got to be mindful of your attitude and your temper. And we all get upset and we all get emotional over things. But that's one of the one things as a human being I am currently trying to work on, because I've gained so much. I've worked so hard over life. You know what I mean? I've worked so hard to get where I have gotten to so far. And I know I still have miles to go. And I'm not a young whippersnapper that can, you know, beat the shit out of like people as a late teenager, early 20-year-old, hell, even you know, early 30-year-old. You see the grace. And then, you know, whoop their ass and do, you know, a little time and then bounce back from that, you know. You know, the older you get, the tightrope gets a little thinner and thinner and thinner, and you got to really, really watch your moves. And if you can apply that same attitude in your younger years, just like anything else, I know it's difficult. It's fucking difficult. You will be better off as a person. They would be better off as a couple. And she probably, specifically her, if she would have that approach of mindfulness, I think she may not have 4, 3, or 4 baby fathers. You know what I mean? But let's keep it moving.
It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
There you go. What about my other kids? Like, excuse me. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes, like, she knows she's upset about this. This is obviously something that's been bothering her for a while, and this is why I am putting the onus on her. She knows this is something that's been bothering her for a while. It's been fucking her head up to the point where she wants to put that man on Facebook to let all the other hoes that he's probably fucking know that he ain't shit as a man. But like Uncle Kevin said, presentation is everything. And she's not presenting this shit right at all, right? All right, let's hear them bickering.
Okay, but them your kids' siblings, though. Them your kids' siblings, though.
So
my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't get my food stamps.
He asked her a question and she didn't answer. Uncle Kev, you know they don't ever want to answer questions. But she could have been like, no, I have not fed them yet. Boom, right there. That's another way that would have stopped, because as a man, you're looking like, yo. And if you got it, definitely if you got it, you know what I mean? You're sitting there looking like, yo, you didn't feed them kids all day? Go get those kids. Put them in the Monte Carlo. I'm going to go take them. we're going to get some Chipotle or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or we're going to go to a grocery store real quick. I mean, we can get some sandwiches or something like that. But she didn't. She was in an aggressive posture. And when you're coming at somebody fucking in a egotistical, nasty type of way, that's what you're expect to get back. Like, fuck you. He's basically telling her, fuck you. I know you got problems. Fuck you and your problems. I'm taking care of my son. But if she came and being in that negative position of she doesn't have what he has, obviously. You know what I mean? He's probably doing a little bit better than her, not having to take care of 4 fucking kids. So she just came back on some humble shit. Right then and there, she'd have been like, look, man, no, I'm sorry. I didn't plan my shit out right. They're all hungry up in there. You know what I'm saying? Usually I have some sandwiches and they be bitching over McDonald's all the time anyway. But today, nobody's eating. You know what I mean? It's going to be fucking crazy in here. If that's the case that actually happened. The way she presented it was...
To the 7.
Lisa, this is my problem.
But if you're trying to help out, though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
But how are you helping your son when you're only getting careful for just him and not the other kids?
Bad question. How are you helping your son when you're getting out? The question she's saying is, it's taking too long for her to even ask that question. So you know it's a bullshit question. She's asking it, and she's hearing herself as she's asking that question, and she's trying to explain why she's asking that question. And we all know, and I know my man right there knows.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Mr.
I don't give a fuck.
He knows her situation, but guess what, bitch? You're such a fucking dick. Fuck you.
Siblings. Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's? You know I get food stamps on the 11th.
I thought she said the 7th. Now it's the 11th, and that's what I was talking about.
You stupid.
There's something afoot here. This bitch is scamming. I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, that's the thing.
3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What
Yeah,
do I look like?
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you.
Yo, you knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me. No, the fuck I didn't. You know what I mean?
I don't give a fuck.
That's my guy right there. He don't give a fuck. They're both right, guys. He knew how trifling that bitch was. But he didn't know how trifling that bitch was. They're both right. Easy. Miscommunications leads to whatever Lauryn Hill said.
You did?
You expect me to take care of kids?
He said, yeah. Oh, hold on. I gotta get that back.
You expect me to take care of kids?
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of kids? They're not my kids.
Okay.
Literally, fellas, he just said what he was saying. At the same time, he's saying, you got me fucked up. Like, who the fuck do you think I am? Who the fuck do you think you are? That's that whole posture, bro. I'm telling you, 85% of language is nonverbal, and he was verbal as fuck. Nonverbal, verbal. Put it on a T.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Oh, so all right. So when this first started, I think we got there because I had a question in my head before I even started this video. I was like, I had watched this video already. All right, you know, I mean, I got some boys and everything. But anyway, so I was like, yo, like, I was just thinking of off the cuff things like, yo, how many baby fathers does she have? I know the way that they're talking, she has to at least have 3, him being 1 and then 2 others, because he said them niggas, so that's plural, and it actually could possibly be 3 baby daddies. But then I was like, yo, now where does he fit in the whole scheme of things? Is he baby daddy number 1? Like, has he been with this bitch in 7th grade, good enough dummy now, you know what I'm saying? His son pushing 13, and they doing their motherfucking thing, you know what I mean? Does he have the oldest boy? Because I get that. You got the oldest boy, you didn't know. That takes it back to you knew what you were getting into. Maybe he didn't. You wasn't running around. But now this says that you knew you were fucking with a lady that already had kids. Now, did she have one? Was he the second? I get it. Ladies. All right, we're not even gonna, you can say high value men, obviously. No dude that's on his grind working the thing. But yo, in life, like, we all get lonely. We all have our own circumstances. I think if a woman was in a relationship and had a child and, a relationship didn't work out, I don't believe she should be crucified. I don't believe she should be crucified. You get one. All right, ladies, I'm giving you one, ladies. I'm giving you one. But when you get to 2 and 3 and now you're at 4, like, I have no pity for her at all. I don't want to be mean because I don't. Fuck it. It's talking shit getting clicks. This state that they live in, I hope, was not affected by the overturning of Roe versus Wade. I said it because they need to unbirth some babies over there. I mean, they're here now. Her kids are here now, so we'll just deal with it. But I always was thinking in the beginning, like, yo, like, what did he get infinite? But you know what? There were kids there before he got there, so she may have a point there. If it's one, I can definitely give him a pass. If she already had if there are 4 baby fathers and she already had 2 baby daddies when he got there, he shouldn't had no business being baby number daddy number 3 or baby number daddy number. I can't even fucking talk. Baby daddy number 4 or baby daddy number 3 or baby number. Yeah. All right. Cheers for me. Oh God, I smell burning toast right now. My brain.
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy. No, you're not. No.
Bitch. Exposing him for what? He is a good father. He's taking care of his son. He may not be a good partner for. Oh, we're gonna go black and white. He may not be a good partner for you, but he's taking care of his kid. And for you to expose somebody when you're still waiting for your fucking food stamps to come in on the 7th or 11th or whatever, it's tacky as fuck, bitch.
You stupid.
I mean that. Let the children sing. Me episodes, talking shit, getting clicks. It's your boy Mo 3 times.